Today we're talking about a new sunscreen release from BOJ Sun in collaboration with Glow by Ramon. It comes in this beautiful box set with a very handsome Ramon, and it comes with a rice serum with alpha-arbutin that helps with dark spots and the sunscreen. But we're mainly going to be talking about this bad boy sunscreen right here. So let's get into it. But before we do, my name is Eddie, as known as Mottaskin on Instagram and YouTube, your personal guide through your unique skincare, wellness, and self-care journey. And without further ado, let's get into the video. So with any skincare video, I always show you guys how it looks on first application, on second reapplication on top of itself, and how it works under makeup and even on top of makeup. So we're gonna go through all of that in this video. But before that, we're gonna get into the ingredients and Glow by Ramon. So this is a sun stick. Specifically, it is a matte sun stick with mugwort and camellia. So sun sticks are really great for quick application, but also some of them are really good for applying throughout the day and over your makeup. So with Ramon's intention with BOJ Sun here is to make a matte sun stick, because a lot of them I believe tend to be greasy. So this really caters to our oily skin types. On top of that, they really made sure to have some really good for your skin ingredients in here that help fight dark spots. So let's go through them. So first of all, the UV filters in here. This has Uvinol A+, Tinosorb S, and Uvinol T150, as well as polysilicone 15. All chemical UV filters to not leave a white cast on the skin, but give superior protection that doesn't as easily break down in the presence of the sun. So as the name says, it features mugwort and camellia, as well as turmeric root, panthenol, and several humectants to soothe and moisturize the skin while giving you a matte finish. So not only is this supposed to be a sun stick that gives you a matte finish, but this is also geared for everyone. It is so easy to use. It has skincare benefits, high protection, and especially for men who don't want that shiny dewy look and they want that matte look. Not me, I love a good dewy look. They will love this. And it's so easy to fit into the routine. I personally believe this sun stick is a welcomed addition to the skincare market because so many sun sticks don't provide what this provides. And Ramon from Glow by Ramon is a cosmetic chemist, so he really knows his stuff and worked in conjunction with BOJ Sun. He's a content creator. He loves to talk things all Korean skincare like moi, is a Latinx content creator like moi, and he's just obsessed with sunscreen. So I really adore him and he's such a great friend. I love talking to him. Also to say, I do have a personal connection with him, so that is why I received this and the serum. So thank you to Ramon. So without further ado and all those introductions, let's get into the review. Alright, so let's get into day one of using the matte sun stick. So day one, I apply this on top of my usual skincare routine, which includes toner, essence, serum, eye cream, moisturizer. So the whole shebang. So when I first apply this, you can tell it has an immediate mattifying effect on the skin, but not a flat matte. Like your glow still comes through, and I'm really glad Glow by Ramon made sure of that. I'm pretty sure that's the inclusion of camellia seed oil. So I really adore that it's a matte sun stick, but it's not drying and it's not a flat matte. So it's fitting for most people. So I want to say for first application, it almost gives you like a blurring effect. So it mattifies you, but it also kind of like helps your skin texture look a lot nicer. I also love that it's rather soothing on the skin. So you're also getting a good like soothing product on top of an effective formulation. And it was really easy to apply. It really glided on the skin, just did its thing. Very easy to use. Now for the first thing I noticed that might be a con for this is that when I applied it, I did notice some clumping of the product around my jawline where my stubble is and right here. So basically anywhere with hair on the face. And also on my under eye, I noticed it was kind of not pilling, but clumping up. Now I believe that is because of either a skin product still on the skin and this reacting with it, or the fact that this is facial hair and this is really thin under the eye. So I did notice that clumping up. So that's not really something I really liked. I kept having to do this to make sure it was all gone and it wasn't on my skin. But it didn't pill or clump up anywhere around the face. It was literally just those two areas. Now, I believe that might be because of skincare products collecting here because they don't absorb as much here. And on the under eye, you know, putting an eye cream and everything, and the skin is rather thin. So I believe this wouldn't wouldn't do that if you didn't have as many skincare products as I did on. So if you have a minimal routine, that might not be an issue. But for my men who have facial hair, it might be something that you'll notice. That was the only real con with this on first application. So when it comes to first application, this did an amazing job only for those two tiny things, the beard stubble and the under eyes. But if it weren't for having a longer routine, and if I had a simpler routine, I believe this would have been 10 out of 10 from the get-go. I absolutely love this. Also, I will say, if I wanted to have a mattified face and use a primer and sunscreen combination, this would be it. This is great for putting under makeup, but we're gonna get into that in a second. First application is a pass. Now let's get to how this works on top of itself in reapplication. I always cover this because we always want to reapply our sunscreen, right? So let's see how this works on top of itself, because some sunscreens don't. Alright, so on the second day when I reapply this on top of itself, I will say it gives the exact same finish. It doesn't make it any more mattified. So I love that. But I will say I did notice like I felt it more on my skin. Like it felt like it was on there more than just not being on there. So it didn't feel like it really sunk in. It felt like it was there. Almost felt like a primer. So I found that rather interesting when it came to reapplication. So I think if you reapply this and then maybe you applied something on top, it might be too much for your skin and it might be a little bit more peeling possibility. But if you're wearing this on its own, no makeup, no nothing on top, and you're just reapplying this, it'll be really seamless. But like I said, if you do reapply a little more than once or twice, you're really gonna feel it on your skin. But since it is a more mattifying formula, it's not gonna look greasy or any of that. It's still gonna look like really good skin and almost give you like a blurring effect. So when it comes to reapplication, I still adored using it that way, and I would take this with me all day just to keep up the mattifying effects, and it's soothing and it's just so easy to apply. So this is definitely one of those sun sticks that you can use all day. But like I said in the first application, this can kind of clump around hair and your under eyes. So if you do reapply in those areas, it's gonna have those effects kind of again and more amplified this time around. So I didn't really like that because when I went down my neck, you can probably see it peeled even more or clumped up. I want to say clumped because peeled kind of says like it's going everywhere no matter what, but it wasn't based off my skin. It was based off hair and the under eye. So take that into consideration when it comes to using this and reapplying it. It's probably the mattifying agents in here that are probably doing it. So there's no fault here. It's just kind of what it is, but that's definitely something BOJ Sun could improve on. Perhaps Glow by Ramon can also do something or say something in the future when it comes to that. But I think that's just something that's part of it, but who knows, maybe something could be done in the future. But day 2 was a pass. All right, so now let's go into how this is with makeup. So when it comes to using this with makeup, so it really doubles as a mattifying primer and blurring primer, I may add. And it just gives you that nice, like more less textured skin for your makeup to go on top of. Now I will say if you do have dry skin or dry patches, it might be accentuated by your makeup product on top of this. Because I did notice when I applied it that some dry patches did appear around this area, around my mouth, where I'm very prone to it. So this didn't help in that. It accentuated it more because it's mattifying. It's going to cling to certain things and it's meant to be on your skin to mattify your skin. So I did notice that. Also, I know I keep switching. The sun is being crazy right now, so bear with me. Now, if your skin isn't really prone to dry patches or any of that, this is really gonna enhance any mattifying look you wanna get or any of that. And it's really gonna control your oils, at least help control your oils. Oily skin types will really love this guy, especially with makeup. But me personally, I would only use it if my skin had no dry patches whatsoever and if I was going for that really mattified look. And if there's a little bit of sunlight left and you're gonna go out, so you're gonna put some makeup on, this is perfect because it's like boom, 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 go. You don't have to really wait for it to blend in. It is so quick and easy. So this is definitely perfect for that person who just wants the routine to be over with real quick or something to grab for sunscreen protection, but also prime for makeup when you're in a hurry. And when it comes to reapplication over makeup, you'll see in the clip that I did attempt to put this over makeup, and it did do its thing, but it did pick up a lot of the pigment and really took away my makeup. It wasn't horrible, but if it wasn't for that weird clumping up action around my hairline and my under eyes, I think it would work just fine. But that plus the fact that it did pick up a little bit of the pigments, it's not my favorite for on top of makeup. I personally wouldn't use it. And of course, if you have any dry patches, it's just going to accentuate that on top of the makeup. So it works perhaps if you don't have dry patches or you have really sheer skin tint. And also I did notice that you do have to kind of tap it in because it does leave it a little streaky when you do it. So you do have to tap in the sunscreen on top. So take that into consideration. It's not just gonna glide. It really needs a little bit of finesse. So take that into consideration if you're thinking of using this on top of makeup. I believe more of the dewy hydrating sun sticks would work better for on top of makeup, but I don't think this performs as well on top of makeup, which is not a bad thing. That's just a kind of fact or kind of opinion in this video about this guy. Yeah, that's what I think of how it works on top of makeup. You can see from the clips and decide for yourself. So my final thoughts on this sunscreen BOJ Joseon that's in collaboration with Glow by Ramon. First of all, I want to say I'm so proud of Glow by Ramon. Seeing another content creator create something is just so amazing in this space and so inspiring. And BOJ Joseon is loved by many people, especially by me. But my final thoughts on this sunscreen, I really adore it. I think it fulfills a space in the sunscreen world and the skincare world that needed filling in. So it's not just another copy, it really does do something different. So I love this for mattifying days. I love this for days where I'm just gonna reapply my sunscreen and don't want to put a liquid everywhere. I just want to put a stick, and also a sunscreen that tackles hyperpigmentation and that also soothes your skin. And I love those things being acne prone. So Glow by Ramon and BOJ Joseon really did do something amazing with the sun stick, and I can see myself repurchasing this, if not for the formula, for the packaging. I mean, it is just beautiful. Those are my final thoughts. I really think you guys should try this at least once and post about it, play with it, let Ramon know how you like it because it's his baby. So thank you guys for joining me. I hope that review was thorough enough and that you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please hit that subscribe button on my channel where I talk about all things skincare, wellness, and self-care. So thank you for joining me, and I really hope you enjoyed this thorough sunscreen review. Please be kind to each other. Stay dewy.